Now, we will sometimes cop a bit of flack when we do a must-reads segment for a hero or a group of heroes, and that's because people just can't believe that we didn't include that storyline or that arc that they really love.
Love it.
And I get that. And that's why today we're not doing a must-read segment. We're doing a, hey, this is really cool, you should check it out segment about Iron Man.
Isn't that basically the same thing?
Shut up.
Okay. Anyway, a good place to start with any character is an origin story. Now, Iron Man's origin story has become as familiar as Batman's and Superman's stories, thanks to Robert Downey Jr. in the films. But, you know what? It's an awesome story, so it's well worth a read.
It certainly is. However, if you wander into your local comic emporium and request an original copy of the 1963 Tales of Suspense number 39, they may look at you a little oddly.
Yes. But thankfully for us, Marvel have released a retelling of the classic origin story under the title Iron Man Season 1. Written by Howard Chaykin with art by Gerald Perel, Season 1 is a fast-paced ride with gritty and engaging artwork, and it's a really good place to start for anyone who wants to jump into the world of the Golden Avenger.
It certainly is. Now, next up, we have a tale which always comes up in conversation whenever the great Iron Man stories are talked of over the glowing embers of a dying campfire.
Or in a hammock.
Or next to a windmill, doesn't really matter.
No.
The Demon in a Bottle story arc, written by David Michelinie and Bob Layton. This really is one of those seminal storylines, which shows the decline of Tony Stark into the depths of alcoholism and despair, as his life as Iron Man and his personal life slowly slide towards destruction.
It's also really interesting to see John Romita Jr.'s artwork from this period, along with Carmine Infantino's. This story still stands up against any of the current titles, and personally, I like seeing Tony rocking the 70s stash, unlike the kind of groomed goatee we've gotten used to now.
Absolutely, he is owning it.
Yeah, it's a
isn't it?
Magnum PI stash, that one.
It's very good. Now, the final title is another one which will often come up in conversation when the great Iron Man tales are told.
Indeed.
A 6-issue arc by Warren Ellis, Extremis.
For me, this is close to a perfect Iron Man tale. An old friend and fellow scientist contacts Tony to tell him that an experimental bioelectric super soldier serum, try saying that fast, has been stolen from her. Extremis reboots the body's healing process and forces it to reconfigure the body with whatever abilities are programmed.
This one really does speak to the heart of Iron Man for me. You know, it has that fear of technology falling into the wrong hands, and his near nihilistic sense of responsibility when it comes to that sort of thing. It really is an awesome story. And Adi Granov does an outstanding job on the artwork, with truly complex emotions showing on the character faces, and certainly no shying away from grim, violent images, which is kind of necessary when you're working with Warren Ellis. This is highly recommended.
So those are just 3 of the awesome titles from Iron Man that's out there, and they are just Iron Man titles.
This is a good point. Now, obviously, a lot of the great Iron Man stories are going to be in Avengers titles, so there's going to be a variety of others which we haven't touched on because we were just doing solo Iron Man efforts.
And we know that we will have missed somebody's favourite. So you know what? Get onto Facebook, get onto Twitter, get onto the YouTube comment feed and let us know what your favourite Iron Man story arc, writer or artist is.
This has really whetted my appetite to get into some more arc reactor fueled mayhem.
Absolutely.